Make sure you tap that bell so you never miss a video. All right, what's going on, ladies and oh, God. My name is Bigfry. Shout out to the subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to be covering Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the new iteration in the Tom Clancy Ghost Recon franchise. I mean, obviously not, right? I've done plenty of coverage of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, including what I thought of the announcement, what I thought of the game at E3, what I thought of the multiplayer reveal. I've done all of that stuff leading up into the game. And you guys know, if you've been watching the channel for even a few months, you know my opinion on Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. You know that I think the game is trash. Now, Ubisoft reached out to give me a key, and at the time I was like, you know what, I don't even want to play the game. Because I saw it at E3, I know what it is, and that was before the monetization and the microtransactions came into play. And I knew that I wasn't going to cover this game because I knew what it was going to be. I think that all of the points that I have made throughout my last few Ghost Recon videos are accurate to this day, and in some cases, from what I've been hearing, the game is actually running worse, and it's less polished than it was in the beta and at E3, which is insane to me. The Metascore right now is at 57. User score, 2.7. Now, I know the user score, there's probably going to be a lot of people reviewing it over the microtransactions, but just take the microtransactions out of the equation. The game is terrible. It's buggy. It performs very, very terrible on PC. I've seen videos, guys like Clean Prints and Worth a Buy showing off glitches, Crowcat showing glitches left, right, and center. The game was not ready for launch. I knew that at E3. I said that at E3. I said it's going to be really tough to get this game ready to go in a polished state by October. And here we are. You know, we have some people for some reason like Ju Video, I don't know who the hell that is, 85, whatever. IGN, Italy, 78. You know, and then we get into the 60s, and this is kind of where I thought the game was going to be, like 60-50 range. Push Square, digitally downloaded, Metro Game Central, giving it you know, a 6 out of 10. It's just there. You know, it's sitting at a 57 right now. That's probably because of the VG 24/7 giving it a 20. But looking at all the critic reviews, man, I mean, I guess this is pretty much it. Hobby Console, Stevier, 6-axis. I watched the Worth a Buy video this morning, and he basically says that Ubisoft is now one of the worst developers that he has ever seen in the industry. Clean Prints Gaming showing off and saying that this is going to be one of the worst games of this generation. You know, and we're here, and like I've been saying this shit for months. You know, people are asking, well, are you going to cover the game? I have been. I've been saying this shit all along, man. I knew it was going to be like this. I didn't even think that I needed to play the game. I know what I saw, right? But then you have the people that are like, well, it's a beta, you know, it's going to get better. Betas nowadays are marketing material. It's promotion. The betas aren't anything different than what the game is going to launch like. E3 was in June. We're in October. Like, how much different is the game going to be from E3 to launch? It's not, especially if they're coming out in the same kind of time frame. You know, a couple of quarters isn't going to do anything to a game that has seemingly been in development for years now. Looking at the user reviews, Kylo Ren, like, yeah, giving it the 0. I mean, that like with Metacritic, I don't really look at the user score. This is more of like the people who like aren't reviewing. Not necessarily the game, but like just talking about the microtransactions. Free-to-play mobile type game, absolutely filling to the brim with microtransactions. It's a valid concern. Giving the game a 0, I played the game. I wouldn't even fucking say it's a 0. But I understand the need for stuff like this, right? You're paying $60, $100 for the special edition. I was initially very excited, but there are many problems here. First, the quality team absolutely failed here. That's the facts. Bugs, spelling mistakes, stupid things that happened. These were posted October 1st, October 2nd. So these guys have played the game, or at least, you know, seemingly have played the game. This one here, either the quality control team failed or management decided to rush this game to launch. And that's one thing that I find that Ubisoft does a lot of the time is they have a game that could sit on the cooker for a year, maybe a year and a half, but based on quarterly launches and when they think games should release to get, you know, the absolute maximum return for their shareholders. That's what they do. They did it with Wildlands. I thought Wildlands could have used a little bit more time. They did it with Rainbow Six Siege and then spent the next 2 years fixing the game to bring it to a state where like the community was super happy with it. But with Ghost Recon, it just seems like they're throwing this game out here just for no reason. I think this game could have used another year of solid dev time to get it to a point where I think a lot of these bugs could be mitigated. The fact that I'm seeing helicopters with characters riding outside of them as they're flying, that shit wasn't even in Wildlands, you know? How is it happening here? You're porting the same system over, are you not? Because the helicopters handled identical. And then, of course, like on top of all of that, launch day Ghost Recon subreddit is literally filled with posts about how the servers are down. And the fact is it's a games as a service. You're always online. That's why we didn't want an online-only game. Great experience so far, except now. This is why I hate games as a service. Boots me out of a single-player game mid-mission. On top of that, you have the developers putting a statement out saying how they didn't mean to put the skill-up purchases in the microtransactions, and they wanted to give an easier way for people coming late to the game to be able to level up and play with their friends, which is bullshit. Like it's just total bullshit. If that's really the case and you guys are only concerned about late players jumping in and trying to play with their friends, why didn't you create a system like in Borderlands where it changes the difficulty based on who's in the party? If that's really how you felt, you could have done a system to where a high-level player jumping down, it would adjust the difficulty of the enemies, even though at the end of the day, you can shoot any one of them in the face and they die in one shot, which basically negates all of the looter shooter mechanics, all of the leveling and the RPG mechanics. So it's all just bullshit. Every single thing about this game, down to what the developers are even saying, the reason why they put certain things behind a paywall, is all a lie. Did anyone try to tell Ubisoft that it's not always online if it doesn't work? Why do I need to connect to the internet to rely on Ubisoft servers to play single player? This is the problem with games as a service, is they throw everything out there. It's essentially the AAA version of early access. Disappointment day, dude, people are fucking mad, bro. Ubisoft servers down, silent, thanks Ubi, order now, no access. Ghost Recon hurt itself today. That's the Chromecast video. The daily limit of 400 BP is an awful feature. Not everyone can play every day to get the daily points, so when we can play, we should be able to grind as much as we want. I agree with that. When your stealthy friends... Oh, that's just whatever, memes. Please don't put spoilers in the title screen. Oof, facts. Uplay servers down. Like, this is all it is. Fat yikes. Like, people are mad. The game. Ubisoft will not be adding offline support to this game. Let's see this. What is this here? Being able to play offline will not be a feature in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Our apologies. Please let it, like... I will unfortunately not give Ubisoft any more of my money. My apologies, but let me know if they start. Yeah. And that's really how it should. I'm officially done with this dumpster fire. Fuck Ubisoft. This guy says, bye, fanboy. You play our game so long as we let you play our game. Now buy microtransactions, you pay pig. That's all it is, dude. That's all this fucking game is a game built for whales and a game that you can play on their terms. And they had the balls to try and you know, pretend we're stupid and say that, oh, we didn't want it, we just did it for new players. No, you did it because you're greedy. You put the skill-based upgrades in the game in the store because you're greedy. And this is what companies do a lot of the time, is they will throw in a system like the microtransactions in Ghost Recon, and they know that they're going to be shit on by the community. They know they're going to lose pre-orders, so they put it in there, and it's so outrageous that when people complain, like this subreddit went the fuck off when they first heard about it. Then they dial it back a little bit and say, guys, we didn't realize. We're listening. We're definitely hearing your feedback. We'll dial it back. We'll take those out. Blah blah blah. And then you have the people, the people who are so easily fed into the hype train, the machine. They're like, oh, well, at least they're listening and making adjustments based on our feedback. And it's bullshit. They had that plan from the beginning because guess what? Everything else is still there. You can still buy every weapon, every vehicle, every skin, every backpack, every tattoo. You can still buy all that stuff. You just can't buy the skill ups, which to me, okay, that wasn't even the biggest issue. The biggest issue on the microtransactions is the fact that you can fucking buy everything. You can buy the entire game after buying the entire game. But that's what they do. That's how PR plays. But that PR was fucking a swing and a miss. But the thing is at the end of the day, this game is still going to sell millions of copies. And that's why I just don't care. Fuck Ghost Recon. A franchise, I was talking about it last night on my live stream. Ghost Recon is a franchise that for me resonates with the fact that I got to spend time watching my dad play when I was a young kid, and he would be playing the first Ghost Recon, and then when I got my first PC and him and I would play together. That's what Ghost Recon was for me. It's such a close place in my heart. A top 5 franchise for me in terms of IPs. Ghost Recon is. Not anymore. They have absolutely destroyed what made Ghost Recon good for me, and that was the tactical, the slower paced, the game that required actual communication and not shrinking circles in a multiplayer game where your only objective is to click a fucking satellite dish. I really think we're at a state now where every single game that is coming out in the AAA space is being marred with controversy. It's being marred with leaks and rumors and people playing it early and seeing how bad it is. Every single game that has come out this year, you had Anthem, you had Fallout 76, you had Destiny 2's original launch, and now that it's coming out free to play, a lot of people are giving it another shot because they broke away from Activision. Activision was the one that killed that fucking game right off of launch. You have Call of Duty coming out this month that people are literally like they're swimming the waters like sharks looking for blood. They want to see what the hell these microtransactions are, and to me, like, that's not what gaming should be. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same way as well. We shouldn't be sitting here being like, yeah, but what systems are they going to put in place? Yeah, but I mean, it's a good game, but what's the microtransactions going to be like? And then we have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which in my opinion was an answer to the people who don't like loot crates, right? So instead of taking all of the loot crates out, just let us buy everything that we want to buy, right? That's what they're thinking that they're doing, right? And I've seen people defend it saying like, yeah, but I mean, this shit was all in Wildlands. Okay, cool. That doesn't make it better. Just because they did it before and not a lot of people were looking at it. The thing here now is Wildlands was received pretty well. I think a lot of the community really enjoyed Wildlands for the most part. This game is trash. So this game being technically bad on all levels, outside of maybe like their environmental artists doing a great job with the foliage and the forest and all that, you have a bad game that is being now piled upon because of the microtransactions that they're putting in. So it's like worse and worse and worse. I think with Wildlands, people gave it a pass because it's good, and I think that's what's going to happen with Modern Warfare. I think because Modern Warfare, and we've all played it, I think because it's such a good FPS, I think a lot of people are going to give it a pass. A lot of you guys have been asking me to cover the Modern Warfare microtransactions, and right now we're at a point where there's been leaks, there's been rumors, and the rumors and leaks have been put out by pretty reputable people. But then you see developers on the subreddit saying that they aren't accurate and that these people are misinformed. And I'm at a point now where I want to wait and see what these microtransactions actually are. Do I think that Call of Duty is going to put out the microtransaction system before launch? God, no. God, no. They're going to wait until the reviews go out, and then the microtransactions are going to be there day one. Do I think that's shady? Yes, I do. I think that that's something that should be in there from day one. You know, I'm sick of waking up every day, being in the position that I am to have an audience that listens to, you know, my opinion and things that I say about, you know, certain things in the industry. And every single fucking game we cover is shit. And not even like shit to the point where the game's bad, but like the systems in place, the microtransactions, like it's all just shit. This is the worst generation in gaming history, straight up. I made a video in 2015 saying the same thing, and it's only gotten worse since then. We've had some colossal flops since then with games that have insane marketing budgets trying to get you to buy into the hype, and that's what this game was, Breakpoint. That's what Anthem was. That's what Fallout was. It's sad, man. Like, this is where we're at. And NBA 2K coming out and promoting the loot crates and the gambling in their ads, for fuck's sakes. You know? I don't know. It's just really weird. I don't want to keep doing videos like this, you know what I mean? And I think that's partly why I chose to not take the key from Breakpoint, because I just didn't want to play the game knowing that it was bad and then just having to tell you guys not to fucking buy it. I think for the most part, I think you guys know the game is trash. It is in a terrible state technically. The microtransactions on top of that, it's bad. It's a bad game. This will probably be the last video that I make on it because I'm not buying it. I didn't take the key from them. I don't plan on playing the multiplayer, which is unfortunate because I'm a fan of third-person shooters. So that multiplayer could have been something maybe cool if we tweaked the settings and did our own thing, but I don't even want to play it. I have some pretty cool opportunities coming up here in the next couple of weeks leading up to the Call of Duty launch. There's not a lot going on in the gaming sphere for me right now. World War III hasn't updated since June. Insurgency, basically the firefight mode is dead. Literally nobody is playing that mode, so I don't even feel the need to play anything in that game. Squad is fun for a while. You know, I've been playing a little bit of Counter-Strike. There's not a lot going on, so I think sometime next week you guys are gonna see some new content come to the channel, which I'm excited for. And I hope you guys enjoy it as well. It's going to be something different, something that people have been asking me to do for a long time, but I'm not ready to announce that yet. So that's coming soon. And when you guys see the video for the first time, when you see it pop up maybe in your notifications if YouTube doesn't want to fuck me that day, click it. Check it out, because I'm excited for that shit. But yeah, guys, everything I've seen on Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you just don't. Just stay away from it, dude. If you guys are going to get it on a deep sale, like $20, $25, get it then. But buying it right now would be such a waste of your time, a waste of your money. And it would show these guys at Ubisoft that what they're doing is good. So I would say just avoid it, you know, at this point. I don't like telling people what to do, man. I'm sick of doing that. Like, don't buy this game. Don't buy it. I'm done doing that. If you guys want to buy it, whatever. But like, just my opinion. Every video and every article that I've seen coming out talking about this basically solidified everything that I said at E3, and it's getting to the point now where it's like I can predict this shit, you know, 6 months out, 4 months out, you know, like gaming is it's in such a shit state right now that it's more or less just frustrating from my perspective, because every video I put out talking about AAA gaming is negative. And every time you get the comments and you're like, man, does this channel like anything? Yeah, I do when things are good, right? But how often is that, you know? Anyways, guys, just wanted to put a quick little video out letting you guys know these are my thoughts on Breakpoint. I had a lot of people asking me to cover it. This is my coverage. I mean, that number right there tells you. My name is Bigfry. I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't know what it's going to be. Like I said, I have some stuff planned for next week. I just need to get the proper things in place to record those videos, and I'm super excited about it. So appreciate you. Thank you. This month is going to be another lull. September was a lull for us in terms of gameplay outside of the Call of Duty beta. I'm hoping I can give you guys daily content, but at this point, like, Jesus Christ, man, I'm going to try my best to to get you guys. I think after I get the right stuff in place next week, we can start doing some really cool shit on the channel. So I'm excited for that. Just got to get there at this point, man. But thank you guys for everything. My name is Big Fry. Appreciate you. And I'll see you on the next one.